Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Here we are. It's Saturday and that has to be Isrl GR3. So here we are at the Maggiore GP circuit. Evening Mikey, Stig, Hansa. Right, that completely made me lose track. Right, for today's race, the Pro and the AM lobbies are joining as one. So it's going to be quite an interesting race, having the Pro and the amateur drivers all going at the same time. Right, obviously in a little while we're going to start off with a stuck check. It will be a no-holds-barred one-lap race directly after that. Then at approximately 5:05 we would have a one-lap quali. The lobby will be split into two groups, which is going to be Pro and Am for this particular one. As soon as the one-lap quali is finished, we will go straight into the sprint race. The sprint race this afternoon is a 6-lap race. Alright, following on from that, after a short 5 to 10 minute break, we will have the feature race. This evening's feature race will be 18 laps of the Maggiore GP circuit, with initial fuel starting at 80%, tyres on 4, fuel on 5. Alright, a little bit about Maggiore. Maggiore is, obviously, it's not a real track, it's been made up for GT Sport, but what I do know about it is, because I've counted them, it has 17 turns, none of them named. It is 5.8 kilometres or 3.6 miles, whichever way you prefer to say it. It's a full tarmac circuit as well. Obviously it is, it's a GP circuit. So, that being said, what we need to do is I'm going to do my silly little outlap now. And I'm doing it in the Porsche, because I'm a rebel. And I'm doing it early, just to make sure that I get it out of the way. Although I do believe these guys, are they actually racing? Oh no, maybe not. Right, so let's get out there and see what damage we can cause. I mean, see how well we get around the track. I've just noticed I'm on mediums, so not perfect, but you know what? It is what it is. Not my favourite track either. But, let's see. I mean, Vit's put in a rather juicy 154.9. So, let's see how far from that we can actually get. It should really be on the softs. But, you know, is what it is. I'm not going to change them now. I think what we'll actually do is we'll just drive around to the pits and stick the softs on. Because this is horrible. This is like driving on ice, I don't like it. I don't know why I just changed down to second gear then, that's silly. Alright, I do believe if we have a full lobby this evening that I will have to do the commentating on my own as well. Because we potentially have 15 of 16, me being the 16th person. See, if I was on softs I'd try and take this in third, but I have no confidence on mediums. See, horrible slidey little things they are. Oh, VT. Ooh, that's naughty. Okay, let's take that cone out instead. Let's hold the slide. Nope, nope, you're not spinning me round, not today. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, we'll come in for a set of softs. Because that was horrendous, let's be honest. And I'm sure this is not going to please people. Come on, get past me, get past me, get past me, get past me. Don't. Hansa, get off my butt. Get off my... cheeky little bugger. Oh, you complete pain in the bum. Yeah, so Hansa's now going to pester me around the lap. Yay! So we'll do what we do best and try and run away. Oh, I missed the curb. Oh, a little bit too far over there as well. Here comes Hansa. Go away. Look, he's got me trying hard now. I wanted this to be a fun lap. And there's Walters. Going incredibly slowly. Hopefully he will... don't you do it. Don't you do it. I am here. I will punt you off. This is not a race. You were warned. So, there you go. I think I better get off track, because these guys seem to be targeting me a little bit. Cordon bleu. Just wanted to give them a lap, boys. Love you, Hansa. Right, so, I suppose I better tell you what the AM and Pro lobbies are this evening. That might be a half-decent idea. Right, so, for the Pro lobby, we have Raiden, and this is also in the order that they currently are in the standings. So, I'll give you their name and then the points that they're on. We have Raiden on 164 points, Vit on 115, Hat Maris on 104, Racer Tay on 95. Pal on 75, Malone on 73, Wiz on 55, and Hansa on 48. For the AM group, which for argument's sake we'll call Group 1, we have Mikey on 134, M3 Guy on 114, Walter, who is subbing for Foxy, on 111, Machines on 105, VT on 74, BJ Robbo on 53, and Tech on 36. Now, there are still a few drivers missing from the list who have not entered the room yet. You naughty, naughty people. Oh, left caps lock on, and that would have been silly. Right, so we've got approximately 8 minutes before we start. Now would be a good time for a swig of coffee to make sure my throat don't clam up. There you go, the lovely sound of me gulping down coffee. And then choking on it promptly. Excuse me one moment. Right, there we go. Oh, Raiden's running away. Why is he running away? Right, let's have a look and see how he's out on track at the moment. Obviously Vit. Oh, VT's left the room as well. Naughty. So, who have we got? We have... No, that's F12, you absolute donut. You haven't switched the keyboard on yet. Ah, dearie dearie me. You'd think I'd know what I'm doing by now, wouldn't you, eh? Right, so we have Raiden in the pits. Racer in second, going backwards. Evening, Robbo. Right, Racer in the 458 Italia. Then Hat Maris in the what looks like a Pug. Is that a Pug? It is indeed the Peugeot. And Walter's also practicing his reversing skills in the V12 Vantage. So gotta press the button twice then. GR3 mic up like I needed to press on that. The 911 Porsche. And then Machines in the Jag. That's legally how you have to say it nowadays. Malone in... I can't see that, it looks like an Audi from here. It is indeed the Audi R8. Why is everybody going around backwards? Right, Hansa also in the V12 Vantage. M3 guy, what are you driving, fella? He's also in the Audi. BJ Robbo sat in the pits at the moment in the Aston. And then of course we have Raiden, who's down, well, he's in 11th, but ignore that, in the Supra. I'm just not sure why everybody's going around the track backwards. That is completely flummoxing me tonight. Right, for those of you who are interested, by the way, I believe Hansa is also going to stream this on Twitch this afternoon, and I'm all up for a bit of promotion of fellow streamers. So if Hansa will be nice enough to put his Twitch channel in chat, I will shout it out to everyone, and you can, if you want to, go and watch his stream, or watch both of them at the same time, because that won't be confusing at all, but it will give you his point of view in the race. That was a subtle hint, Hansa. Do you know what? Shall I be cheeky? Have I got Hansa on Twitch? Let me have a quick look. He says. If I could find Twitch, that would be a bonus. Any minute now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wow. The Twitch app is loading very, very slowly this afternoon. Ooh, ouch. Oh, excuse me. Right, the Racer practicing his reversing. I still don't get that. Right, has Hansa put his channel up yet? Evening Fabuki. Don't suppose you know what Hansa's Twitch channel's called, do you, fella? I'm trying to promote the lad, but he's not telling me anything at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to presume it's Hansa of some description. I'm also guessing it's none of them. Trying to find... Okay, that's bizarre. I honestly can't find it. Nice to know Hunt is playing Call of Duty again. It really isn't. More than likely Hansa... Do you know what? I'll give that a go. I will definitely give that a go. Hansa 27. Go. Oh wow. there is a lot of Hansa 27s or variations of. So we'll have a quick look at this one and see what content he may or may not have. Alright, and there we go, we've run out of time now. Right, so we will jump into this. So what we're going to have now, we're going to have the stuck check, and then we are going to have a one-lap race immediately afterwards. It is no holds barred, so there will be ramming, there will be brake checking, there will be general naughtiness on track. Yeah, let's watch olds go round. I never watch olds. A little drift there from the Jag. Do you know what? Just to admit it, because I've started being a tryhard, I did actually do the manufacturer race the other night in the Jag. Oh, there we go. Stuck check in 5 minutes. I think it's time to be cheeky. Let's do another lap, but this time we'll try cockpit view. Oh, here we go. Alright. Yeah, we'll give it a go cockpit view. He says stuck check in 5 minutes, so let's give it a go. Hopefully everybody is far enough away from me that I won't cause any damage. Robbo, please don't follow me out the pits. And immediately I fluff the first corner. Let's see whether or not I can actually get round the track. I don't think I needed to slow down that much there, but hey ho. So far it's going quite well. I don't normally race in cockpit view, but I'm finding it oddly familiar. He says having to brake. Sausage, where's the sausage? There it is, that might be a corner cut. But you know, nobody was near me on track, so nobody saw it. There was no way I was going to stay on track there. Now obviously the Porsche is the car that I drive the most in game, so that's why I've chosen to use it here. Have I got enough time to do a fast lap? Not that anything I ever do is fast, but the old sat at the side of the track there, that wasn't confusing at all. Little dab of the brakes there. Tickle throttle down to second gear for this corner for me. Let's just hold on for dear life out of the corner. Obviously, if it decides it's time to start, I will have to jump off the track as quick as I can. And I'm not going to get anywhere near a 154, behave. Although I am liking this view in the Porsche. Sausage curb, boom. I don't think I'm doing too bad compared to how I normally drive. Collide the inside of that curb then, but then that's what you need to be doing. This actually isn't that bad. Obviously, I completely mucked up the line into this corner there, but for me, this isn't a bad lap. So there you go. Now I need to get out of the way. So that everybody else can put in a proper lap. Let's get off the track before I scare myself again. Hopefully that lap wasn't too distracting for everyone. Oh look, straight onto a fellow Porsche driver. Happy days. Alright, so come on then chat. I know most of you are actually in this race, but what's your predictions for this evening? Wizard to win the feature. Well, I'm going to say, as normal, Rain will win the sprint. And Wiz is getting better on that new wheel, so yeah, I want to agree with you, but yes. The thing we've got though is that we have got both groups today, AM and Pro, so that's going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works because I don't know how well the other guys drive. I think that's going to be interesting. Alright, so as I'm sure you saw, AM are going to be Group 1 and Pro will be Group 2. So Group 1 will come out and do their qualifying lap first, and then about a third, or quarter or a third of the way round, the Pros will be released. It's all going to be very confusing for me because I've never had to do a lobby this big before. Even though there's only 14 at 16 riders. Oh my god, and when I say riders I mean drivers, sorry, I was messing with my bikes today and I'm still in mountain biking mode, so I do apologise for that. That was a Freudian slip, shall we say. Right, so the stock check so far seems to have gone quite well. Nobody is stuck on the pits, although VT has spun straight away. Well done you. So Mikey is in prime position to get punted. So this is literally now just a silly little one-lap race where you're going to get nudged off, you're going to get battered basically. Here we go, as Pal, Raiden and Walters have a little go through the corner there. And Old's not actually faring that badly, it's a little bit laggy there actually. So, let's see if we can see that from somebody else. Oh, Walters is round. Yeah, this is my favourite for the sprint race, because Raiden normally does really well with the sprint. That is a unusually cheeky line. And didn't he? Oh, he did get... Oh, that's quite a big penalty, to be fair. Is he going to try and scrub it before he gets to the line, though? Alright, now with a 5-second penalty. I was reading chat, I do apologise for that. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but we will have... Will it let me have a quick look? Yes, it will. So, Raiden doing another cheeky shortcut. And that's why he went into the wall. Fair enough. So here we go, Walters putting Raiden into the wall. They are definitely gaining on experience points in this one. Old's in first place. Go on, lad. Bringing the Jag home first. So I do believe it's going to be a British one too, if you just go by the cars. Oops, excuse me, Jag and then Aston Martin. I believe VT is in the Aston Martin. Yes, he is. Well done to Olds for winning the daftest race in the world. Alright, so once everybody's finished and everything's happy, what'll happen? Oh, there's some lovely penalties there. What'll happen now is we will have the one-lap qualifying, with Group 1 coming out first, which will be the AM drivers, and then the Pro drivers coming out after Group 1. Do about 1¼ laps, so that's their out lap and about a quarter, or to the end of Sector 1, shall we say. No, do you know what? That's silly. Right. So who got out first? Walters. Alright, quali in 1 minute for the feature race. Not the feature race, the sprint race. And then obviously, however you finish in the sprint race, it will then be a reverse grid for the feature race. Walter's getting all kinds of wrong there. Some very interesting lines coming through. Here's little Malone. Right, so just to remind everybody, Group 1, which is the AM group, is Mikey, M3 guy, Walter, who's subbing for Foxy, Olds Machines, VT, BJ Robbo, and Tech. Don't believe Tech is actually racing this evening. In Group 2, which is the Pro class, we have Raiden, Vit, Hat Maris, Racer Tay, Pal, Malone, Wizard, and Hansa. Yeah, Robbo, get out the pitch, you donut. Alright, just so everybody is on the same page as well. The oh, words hard. English bad. What was I trying to say? Yeah, the pro group. That's basically already been decided. We know who's won. That will be Raiden with 164 points. Vit is in second place with 115, and Hat Maris on 104. However, the AM group, it's pretty tight at the front. We've got Mikey on 134, M3 guy on 114, and Walters or Foxy on 111. So potentially over the next two races there could, in theory, be a leader change. Now, unfortunately for me, I don't know the AM group that well. I usually only host for the pros, so it's going to be a challenge. And do you know what? It'll be what it is, won't it? Really, it'll either go well or it won't. At least the keyboard seems to be behaving, and it'll let me do replays. So happy days. As long as we can do the replays. Alright, so everybody, if memory serves, should space themselves out nicely. I'm sure he is. Right, so we have VT, we have Mikey, Walters, M3 guy, Olds, and BJ Robbo. We are definitely missing Tech. Yep, because there should be 7 racers for the AM group. We know a lap round here is around a 154 for the fast guys, maybe a 153. So any moment they will be released from the pits. You'll know when they're released from the pits because Vit will put a message. Oh, they're already gone. So now we have all 14 runners out on track. Obviously the guys in Group 2 are going to be on their outlaps. And we won't really know the results of this qualifying until, well, the last guy in Group 2 comes across the line. So obviously for now we know that it's going to be VT finishing first, so he'll qualify pole for the moment. Right, so as the AM guys come across, we've currently got Mikey in first, Walters in second, VT in third, M3 guy in fourth, Olds in fourth, M3 guy potentially in fifth, and BJ Robbo down in sixth. And that is indeed going to be the AM group. So, here comes Hansa for the start of his fast lap. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Is there going to be enough time for Raiden to get across the line? That would be embarrassing if he got his timings wrong. He still had at least a second and a half to spare there. Gordon Bennett, lad. What are you playing at? Give me a heart attack, you will. Right, so Hansa's obviously going to finish his lap first, so we'll see what happens when the pro lads start finishing. I thought everyone rode the sausage out of that corner. Oh well, maybe I was wrong. So as you can clearly see, Hansa is going a little bit quicker than Mikey, but Mikey has set a decent time there with the 1:54.7. As Hansa comes in. So, what, 2 more corners to go. If you can really call it 2 corners. I class it as 1, but you know, is what it is. So I get the feeling Hansa's going to potentially get pole. Indeed. This is where everybody comes across now. Hat Maris straight into first. Malone straight into first. Well done, sir. Racer Tay now in first. Raiden goes second. Vitz in third. And that's your lot. So that will be your grid. So your grid will be Racer from Raiden, Vitamin G, Malone, Hat Maris, Hansa, Wizard, Mikey, Walters, VT, Pal, Olds, M3 guy, and BJ Robbo bringing up the rear. Right, so let's see if Buttocks' prediction is true and Mikey is a fucking pro anyway. Right, now everybody, why has Pal left the room? Oh, okay. Why, oh why, oh why? Right, so and he's back in again. Right, so Racer Tay will be starting the sprint race in pole position with Raiden right behind him. There's your lead, well, your grid for the next, race. And what a pretty little grid it is. Let's see if I can read it off quite fast enough. Racer Tay, Raiden, Vit G, Mel, Hat Maris, Hansa, Wizard, Mikey, not a chance in hell. Alright, so we will watch it from the back of the pack. Who have I just selected? Robbo. It doesn't look like Pal has made the grid. Are we going to have a restart? Potentially so. As Raiden immediately slips down to 3rd place. Obviously didn't have a very good start there. But we know that Raiden is good on the sprint races. And they get through the first few turns fairly cleanly. Nobody going off in a dramatic fashion. Oh, VT getting very tight in the corner there. I'm not sure what happened there. But we will stick at the front for a bit, because you know that Raiden isn't going to give up. Racer actually able to put a little bit of distance between himself and second place there, where Vit has to contend with Raiden, who's already making a move down into the hairpin. And we know that Raiden is fast in the sprint, so Racer is going to have to keep the metal down. Lovely long shot back towards the hairpin there. It would appear we're all bunching up again. Let's get back to about 6th place. 6th place is potentially... well, everybody back to... let's find out, actually. Yeah, everybody's pretty much in the slip of everybody else. As long as VT... sorry, VT is out of the slip of Mikey, but as long as Olds doesn't fall back any further, he should be okay. M3 guy, definitely, you're not going to get away with that, fella. And poor Robbo bringing up the rear there. So Vit putting a little bit of pressure on Raiden again through those tight corners. And all Raiden's going to be thinking at the moment is, let's get past this guy. But Malone doing a stonking job of keeping up with Vit. I get the feeling it's not going to be too much longer before he tries something. And let's hope if they do try something, it works, and it's a clean overtake as well. So Raiden seems to be poisoning himself for something. Ooh, a little bit wobbly through there. Right, is he going to have enough? He is potentially going to be able to get in front, but he's on the outside for this hairpin, so this is going to be a bit spicy. Is he going to be able to hold it? He will be on the inside. A little bit of contact there, but nothing massive. If he had been able to hold on to that, that would have put him on the inside for the next corner, and Vit desperately trying to take advantage of that. And basically Raiden's just shut the door on him. But those three drivers now, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, are very tight. As Malone looks down the inside there. I'm not sure it's a spot I'd want to try and pass, but, you know, I'm not that good at the game, so my opinion shouldn't really count on that bit. Alright, Raiden putting a bit of distance between him and Vit, while still not letting go of Racer Tay. The field at the back is starting to stretch out a little bit now, which from my point of view that's excellent, because it means I don't have to keep flicking backwards and forwards. But you can pretty much see where the racing is at the moment. He's right up the front here in these first 6 cars. Possibly 7 if Wizard can keep onto the back of Hat Maris. Wizard, a fellow Porsche driver, for this season anyway. Malone dropping off just a little bit. But as with all tracks, all of the drivers will have the favourite bits, the bits that they're much better on. Racer taking it very sideways in the corner there. That is literally not going to help. So Racer Tay goes defensive. Raiden's going around the outside again. Let's see if he can actually pull it off this time. A bit wide in that corner as Vit goes a little bit wide as well. We'll switch to Raiden. He needs to get himself in the correct position so that when he gets through the corners, He's on the inside of the corner for the next one. As Fit is looking up the inside of him now. This could go very badly very quickly, obviously. I hope it doesn't. Slightly different lines coming through the last corner there. For a moment then I think it was Olds was going to go off. It might have been Racer Tay. Not Racer Tay, it might have been Walters. Let's just see who that is in the grey. It is indeed Walters. It was a little bit laggy there. Alright, Vit still having to defend from Malone. Malone going very wide in the exit of the corner. Alright, so Raiden's got 2.5 laps to do something if he can. The scrap behind now is a 3-car race. As Raiden sticks up the inside, he's going to have the inside for this corner, which is going to turn into the outside and then back into the inside again. Exactly the kind of racing we want in the sprint series. Literally everybody on the back of everybody else. Wiz looked a little bit wide through that corner section there. As Raiden's putting his move on again, hoping to get the faster line on the way through. He's definitely done it this time. There's a lot of contact there. Racer Tay demoted down to 3rd, and to be honest, Raiden's in a bit of bother here because Vit might be able to steal first off him. Raiden getting onto the grass a little bit there. That's not going to help his speed on the exit of the corner. But Racer Tay's made it back past Vitamin G. I'm going to presume that there's not a happy thought going on in that car at the moment. And did Malone make the pass on Vit G? Not yet. But I get the feeling that's going to happen. Now that Raiden's got some clean air in front of him, he's actually starting to look like he's going to pull away. Just slicing the first corner a little bit there. And very tight, leaving no room for anybody to come up his inside. So it really does seem to be that sprint races is where Raiden excels at. But we all know Racer Tay is quite a good driver as well, so he's not going to give Raiden any rest, as you can plainly see. Trying to break that slipstream as well. Is he going to stay defensive all the way down? Yep, indeed he is. He's going to Racer Tay is going to try to do to Raiden what Raiden did to him in a couple of laps ago. Raiden with a bit of a poor exit there as well. The only advantage is that he can keep his car in front of Racer Tay's. If they're not careful, I can see this ending in tears. Racer Tay trying to go the long way round. And they are going literally side by side through the corners. Racer's had him. As they come down to the final corner. Now, is Raiden going to do the switchback? It looks like it. I think he's just going to scrape through. He does seem to have the legs on the Ferrari of Racer Tay. So that's going to put him in a decent position for turn 1. But that's going to put him on the outside for the next corner. But if you can stay with him, as Hansa's now up in the mix. Where did Hansa come from? That's absolutely crazy. Well done you, sir. You weren't even on my radar a minute ago, and now you're all over the shop. As Raiden potentially is going to be dropped down to 4th. No disrespect to Hansa there, but I really did not see you coming, fella. chat's gone deathly quiet at the moment as well. Alright, Racer Tay now with pretty much a decent lead. He's got about, what's that, about a third of the race to go. A third of the lap to go, sorry. And he's pretty much dominating this final lap. As Raiden gets past Hansa again to reclaim second position, so potential second place for Raiden here as he squeezes Hansa a little bit in the corner. So it does look like, barring any silliness, this is going to be the finishing position. Now that does mean that these 5 drivers will be starting at the back of the grid. Whatever you do, don't lose it now, boys. And can we just point out that Wiz has made it up to 6th place. So, your finishing positions are Racer Tay from Raiden, Hansa, Vit-G, Matt Harris, or even Hat Maris, Wiz, Malone, GR3, Mikey, Walters, VT, Olds, Robbo, and M3 Guy. Alright, so what will happen now is we will have a 5 to 10 minute break, which is good because I need to visit the amenities, and then we will get back for the main event, and if I get back quick enough I may even go out and do another lap. Right, so I think it only fair that I go out and make a complete fool of myself. Again. Yeah, so 10-minute break, okay. Right, so let's go and have a look. Right, 17 corners, I've got to get one of them right. That's wide. Walter's moving kind of slowly in front of me. Can't see my braking point. Maybe I should have just used Walter's as my braking point. Sausage! You have to ride the sausage. And of course now I'm going to get the slipstream off Walters as well. Go on, brake early, I dare ya. Alright, do you know what, I'll be happy if I can keep up with him. Right, I have no setup for this car, because it wouldn't be me if I was running a setup. Alright, see what we can do. I can go wide into turn 1, that's what I can do. Ooh, I didn't realise there was a jump there. Oversteered on the way out of the corner as well. Don't go on the grass. Ooh, that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well at all. That'll be the wall. That might be a penalty. Oh, please tell me that's not Hansa. Of course it's Hansa. Why wouldn't it be Hansa? Go away! Nasty, horrible person. Now, I don't do a lot of cockpit view racing on GT Sport. Dodgy. But I will admit, I do like the cockpit view in the Porsche. Right, I'm ignoring that half-second penalty. And I'm presuming I need to get on the power a little bit early on the way out of that last corner as well. But do you know what? Whatever the time says... Oh, that's disgraceful. Let's just get off the track. Oh dear. That, yes, horrendous. Not good at all. Oh, tell you what you do need to do very quickly while everybody's playing. Very quickly save the replay from the sprint. No, don't go to track. Go to spectate, you utter muppet. Let's watch Malone for a bit. There you go, that'll be a better view. And the burning question is... Oh, I can look around in his car. Hey. Oh dear. Oh, he didn't like that though. Who else was in the Porsche? Where's Wiz? Oh, looks like Vit is sorting out the lobby. There he is. Because obviously Wiz in the same car. Nobody in his mirrors. Right, and the main event, the feature race, should be starting in about a minute. Oh, there you go, confirmation. Starting in a minute. Right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The feature race, 18 laps. The drivers will be starting on 80% fuel. Tyre wear is on 4, fuel depletion is on 5. And obviously it is a reverse grid. So it will be interesting to see what Racer, Raid and Vit and the rest of them can do from way back at the back of the pack. And by the looks of it, they're going to be starting before the last turn as well. So some unknown reason there, Robbo pulling over to the side. And, ooh, M3 getting all out of shape. Stay off that loud pedal when you're coming around the corner, fella. He's still struggling. He's going to cause a crash. He needs to get hold of himself there. It's very door to door. There's Emperor Mikey and M3 guy there, all going through pretty much side by side. Old's now just desperately trying to pull away from the pack. Ooh, there's a very hard bit of steering there. As Walter's trying to go around the outside of him on the exit of the turn. So we've got the sprint down to the hairpin. It could potentially be 3 wide here. Oh, well done, lads. They didn't take each other out. It's an absolute cluster behind. There's everybody jockeying for position. Walters has made it through. I'm going to jump to the back of the pack and see what's going on with these boys. As everybody seems to be squeezing their way through. Raiden and Racer Tay having a bit of a battle at the back. Hansa holding his own in 10th. They're going to have to start catching up with these fellas fairly quickly. For some known reason, people are asking for a restart, and it looks like they're going to get it. I wonder if that's down to whatever happened to Robbo at the beginning of the race, or even if Robbo was actually ready. Oh, serious lag is what it's been blamed on. So everybody now needs to jump back onto track. Oh, Hat Maris has run away. Running away and buggering off. Wow, has it really? How's this for random? Fubuki, I hope you're still watching, mate. I literally just had a pop-up on my phone that me and Fubuki are celebrating 2 years of friendship on Facebook. Okay, we seem to be having some proper technical difficulties now, as Vit has completely closed the room. So, I should have some weird music going on in the background, but what is it? Right, so we need to see what is going on. Has anybody put in the chat anything? Do we have a lobby yet? No, we do not, and I've not had anything. Yeah, I know. It's kind of scary and creepy all at the same time. And exciting. Right, I'm not sure what's going on now, because... oh, here we go. We're back up. What can I say? Technical difficulties, eh? Gotta love them. Talking about Fubuki, Fubuki created livery. And why wouldn't I have the original one on, you know what I mean? Right, so I do believe we are just waiting for one more. I could be wrong, but I do believe Hat Maris is having to reset his router. As Raiden takes his usual naughty boy line. So any moment now, hopefully, Hat Maris will rejoin and we can get going on the feature race. Alright, so let's just very quickly hop out and see if Hat Maris has indeed joined us. I don't think he has yet. I certainly didn't see a pop-up. No, he's not with us yet. suppose I could be a bit cheeky while I'm waiting, because hey, it wouldn't be me if I wasn't being cheeky. So we'll have a quick look at the Porsche Pursuit Cup, and I can tell you that as it stands at the moment, Uncle Luckman is leading with 32 points, Stig with 30, Screech with 29, Budge with 28, Raiden with 13, me with 10, Herbie with 9, and Gista with 6. The only person, unfortunately, to suffer any deductions from being passed by one of the runner cars was poor Gista, when Raiden passed him, and he lost 5 points, unfortunately, for that. The runners for that particular race were Raiden, myself, and Herbie. Oh, Hat's finally back in the room, so we should be able to get this going in a minute. Interesting to note as well that Raiden actually got the fastest lap from the first race. Anybody wanting to join, it does get run on a Tuesday evening. Right, so hopefully this time we can actually get around the race. Wiz doing a fine job there of destroying his rear tyres. So let's try that again. Don't you flash your lights at me. What? Why is Hat Maris at the back? Okay. Right, so here we go for the second attempt. Let's hope all goes well this time. Right. VJ Robbo does exactly the same again. Why does he keep pulling over to the side? That's a little confusing. Is he doing a me and just trying to get out of the way of all the better drivers? Right, well, it looks like everybody else has got round quite cleanly. We'll watch Walters for a bit. He's potentially going to be under pressure very soon from VT. M3 guy doing a much better job at the start of the race this time round. Malone moving his way through the grid as well. Oh, Wiz was an absolute bomb there. Go on, lad. Wiz definitely on a charge. Up alongside his old mate Emperor Buttocks there. Holding that line. Getting by very nicely. So now he's going to charge down Malone. And potentially... Ooh, is Fit leaving him in room? Yes, he is. There's a few braking markers being smashed about in this one, but it should be all good. He's on an absolute charge now. Oh, Racer Tay looking to put a move on Hansa there. And 3 guys still out in the lead. Right, so as you should well know by now, there are 2 tyre compounds. Ooh, 2 tyre compounds for this particular race. Let me just flick back through real quick, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you what they are. In fact, it doesn't actually tell me what they are, so I'm presuming it's softs and mediums. Just very quickly bombing through, having a quick look. There's Wiz all over the back of Olds now. Olds staying nice and wide in the corner. Nice little bit of side-by-side action there, a little bit close there, fellas. But Wiz up to 5th now. Racer Tay up to 7th. Let's have a quick look down the back of the order. Vic G and Raiden have a little 2-car battle there. And then Hat Maris and BJ Robbo bringing up the rear. Someone's going into the pits. Race Tay. He wants those softs on. Yeah, pretty much the whole field will be on mediums to start with. Looks like Wiz is going to try and put a move on for 5th place now. Around the outside, which will put him on the inside, which is going to be absolutely splendid. BJ Robbo has left the lobby. So Wiz now into 4th place. He's literally chopping down the field. There's Malone and Walters side by side as they come down to that left-hander. And Wiz literally not giving up on them. I get the feeling it's not going to be too much longer. But look at M3 guy, he's pulled out quite a resounding lead if you look on the mini-map. Let's jump forward to Walters actually and we can see what the gap is. It's nearly 3.5 seconds. And obviously Wiz is not going to want to sit in 4th place for long, so these 2 fellas, if they want to keep the positions, are literally going to have to get the lead out. Walters on the softs as well. Wiz doing that brilliant tactic of come out on the mediums and let the guys on softs drag you round. Obviously you are going to be a little bit slower in the corners, but it is also going to come down to racecraft. Let's have a quick look, see if Mr. Fubuki is correct. Indeed you are, sir. Well spotted, that man. Confused.com. forward slash where the smeg did Wiz go. Oh, Wiz has come in and out for his soft tyres. Indeed he has. Now this would be interesting because Racer Tay has done the undercut. Let's see how well that's going to work out. I mean, Wiz is a fast driver. He's just proved that by overtaking pretty much half the field on his mediums. So now he's on softs. He should be on a full charge. Right, hopefully at the end of this race as well, we'll try and get the podium finishers into a chat. Have a little bit of a talky talk with them. And see what they have to say. Right, so Malone and Walters pretty much on their own now. And we have this little group of about 4 or 5 cars kind of spacing themselves out a little bit. What we got? We got 2, 4, 6, 7 cars. I do apologise. As Hansa makes an absolute stonking move up the inside. Olds is not going to be happy with that. That puts him out on the grass a little bit. Raiden now bombing up to 6th place. Vitt desperately trying to come around the outside of him. Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, Phubs. Most of the field, I think, are going to do well, they're going to have to do a 3-stopper. Because the tyre wear does seem quite high. Raiden getting very twitchy into that corner. I'm presuming he's searching for the inside for this corner. And he does do a decent job of blocking off Fit G there. Raiden so far with the fastest lap of 154.4. No, 154.8. I'm going blind in my old age. But it will be interesting to see what Wiz is doing. He's already up to 11th place. Let's just stick with him as he goes through the second sector here, see if his time goes purple or just blue. Here we go, this will tell us whether or not he's pushing hard. He's not gone purple, but he has gone blue. So that's going to put him on a 155 something or other. As he quite easily dispatches Mikey there. Good evening, Mr. Herbie, sir, and welcome to the stream. Where were you and why weren't you here? To be fair, if everybody had have turned up, you wouldn't have been able to get in on the stream anyway. Because there should have been 15 runners. Alright, Walter's in the pits now. And I'm guessing M3 guy is... Oh no, I thought he would have been in the pits. He must have had a bit of a mistake somewhere, because Malone has literally half the time. Fair enough, Herbs. Alright, so the fuel... I mean, they started with 80%. Potentially they can get the fuel to stretch. Yeah, they should only need fuel and 1 stop. Do you know what, he better? And he has. But yeah, that's the thing at the moment, you know, certain people going in the pits and then not coming out again because of whatever. But hey ho, is what it is, I guess. There's a lovely couple of little tussles going on here. Right, Raiden and Vitt G still at it with VT25. Raiden looking for the inside at the hairpin. He is potentially going to get it. But of course that is going to compromise his exit speed. Although that doesn't seem to have bothered him at all. So Raiden now up to 3rd, Vit into 4th, and Racete in 5th. And Wiz now up to 7th. Young Mr. Egan obviously out on a charge. So he is now on the back of this pack of 5 cars, or 4 cars rather. As Malone and M3 guy goes in. M3 had used a lot of fuel there. As VT and Mikey also come into the pits. So that promotes Wiz up to 4th place. Hat Maris in 5th and Walters in 6th now. Oh, no, back to 7th for Walters. But they are all gaining now on Raiden and Vit. Hat Maris just off the back. So here's your 3 leaders so far, Raiden, Vitji and Racete. Keeping it very close, but very neat and tidy as well. And so far, luckily for me, I haven't had to use the replay button. So there's been no major incidents that I've spotted. I'm guaranteed to miss a few, but so far the racing has been pretty clean and pretty straightforward. Vitji a little bit wide there, you can see his tyre marks in the kitty litter. Racete just dropping off the back a little bit, which obviously puts him well within the grasp of Wiz. These 2 boys now not hanging around, they just want to get away. Let's be honest, who can blame them? Raiden gets 1 second penalty. To be fair, it did look like he cut that corner quite a bit. As they both come in now, obviously for fuel and tyres. So this will upset the apple cart a little bit. Now, is Raiden going to go for a full tank along with everybody else? That didn't feel like a long time. No, so Vit's not had a full tank. Wiz has had 3/4 of a tank. That's not even Wiz, that's Raiden. Where's Mr. Wizard gone? There he is. Yeah, everybody seems to have gone for roughly 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Thus making sure that Fubuki's 3-stop strategy that he mentioned earlier in the stream is definitely going to be a thing. Right, so the first 3 now have a nice buffer before Racete in 4th place. How far is Malone down the road? Wow, 4.2 seconds in front of Vitji. Let's see if Vit can do anything with that and pull Wiz along with him. Wiz occupying that prime real estate now, right up behind Vitamin G. Now, is Wiz going to go for the fuel save or is he going to go for the overtake? We're pretty much bang on middle of the race at the moment, so I'd probably be tempted to go for a fuel save. But obviously I don't drive the same way that Wiz does. So do you know what, we'll have a quick run down the order. So we've got Malone down in front, Vitg in second, Wiz in third, Racete in fourth, Raiden in fifth, Hat Maris, who after having to reset his router, is in sixth, Hansa in seventh, Walters in eighth, Olds in ninth, M3 guy in 10th, Mikey in 11th, VT in 12, and Buttocks down in 13. BJ Robbo would have been in 14th, but he has unfortunately left the room. So Racete, they're ghosting against the wall. And Vit has put a little bit of distance between him and Wiz. Wiz? Okay. I definitely must have missed something there then. I'm sure Raiden was in third a minute ago. So maybe Raiden had a bit of an accident. But Racete seems to keep ghosting from what I can tell. Or that might just be lag on the server. Or maybe he was just grabbing a quick drink. A bit due with a fast lap of 154.6. A little battle between Mikey and M3 guy here. Both of these fellas chasing down VT25. Nice to see the GR3 and ERT boys getting to grips with each other, shall we say. Hans has got himself in a little bit of a no man's land. As is Raiden. Right, Vitg not really putting in any time on Malone. Malone is absolutely bouncing along. It seems to have settled down into quite a boring little race. So M3 guy now. Alright, catch you later, Herbs. M3 guy now trying to chase down Mikey. It's only just doing it, although Mikey just seemed to be pulling away a little bit there. He could very well be out of the slip soon. VT Racing all under pressure now. This is, from what I can tell, the only actual bit of battling going on the track. Everybody else is nicely spread out. Right, Mikey's going to go for it. He's going to go for the inside line. Is he going to be able to hold off VT? Definitely. Fair enough. So Mikey now in 10th place. Now I'm obviously hoping that after the next round of pit stops it'll shake things up and people will come out nice and close and we'll get some decent close racing going. Oh, there's M3 guy and Walters going to the pits. And when did Racer Tay make his last pit stop? Right, so he's now definitely fueled for the end of the race and with a nice new set of boots. And only got to run them for 6 laps. Well, 6 3/4 and a bit. Malone now with a very nice and comfy gap. Although Vic does seem to be closing in ever so slowly. And where there's a Vic, there's going to be a Wizard Egan. So, M3 guy now after his pit stop is with Emperor Buttocks. Emperor will be coming into the pits fairly soonish, probably at the end of this lap. And there you go, your top 3 lads in the pits. That's pretty much your top 4. Top 6. So, most of these are going to stay out. Olds comes in for his last pit stop, as does VT. But Malone, Vit and Wiz already out the pits. Dragging Raiden and Mikey belong behind him. So GR3 Mikey is going to be coming in at the end of this lap. As you can see from his fuel, he's not going to be able to make it to the end of the race on his current setup. So he's going to have to come in, refuel, put new boots on. Respectfully leaving Racer Day a lot of room there, as he made a little mistake. Now you see, this is the bit that confuses me, because this is now his in lap. So if he puts himself in a position, does he have the right to overtake somebody just before he comes into the pits, or is it just wasted effort? Right, so as predicted, there goes GR3 Mikey in for his final pit stop. So he'll only have 4 laps to do. But he is also potentially going to drop down the order quite a bit. His 2 cars are coming across the line now. Hansa and Walters. Now, is Hansa going to be able to get past Walters? Let's have a look and see. That's the wrong button, you absolute donut. Alright, so Walters on pretty much a new set of boots with enough fuel. Hansa definitely with enough fuel with an even newer set of boots. Hansa look like he's finally got the move made on Walters. And now we'll see the difference in driving styles, see whether or not Walters can keep up with him, and indeed if Hansa can just pull away. Walters immediately going back on the attack. But the obvious question is he going to be able to do anything with it? Right. So Raiden doing his best to try and catch up with Vit G, pulling Whiz along. He's just holding on to that slipstream. Racete unfortunately looks like he's too far back. If these boys can just keep the cars pointed in the same direction, potentially they can group up towards the end of the race, and that from my point of view would be an awesome end, to have 3 or 4 guys battling away. But Malone at the moment, he's just buggering off down the road. He's losing a little bit of time to Vit. Vit's doing a nice little job of just chipping away at that lead. Always try and ignore the timings through the slower corners. The thing I like to see is the more and more confident Whiz gets with this new wheel setup, the better his driving becomes. Obviously that's how it should be. Raiden going very tight in that corner, doing a really good job of catching Vitamin G at the moment. Still got, what's that, 3.5 laps to do, or 3 and a bit laps to do rather. Maris and Racete now getting very close together. Now obviously if these boys can work together, and I do mean work together, they could potentially catch up to Whiz. But Racete there looking very scruffy in those corners. And Hat Maris basically saying, yep, I'm going to take advantage of that, thank you very much. Indeed, he goes up to 5th place for Hat Maris. Now the burning question is Racete going to be happy sitting there? Right, I'm going to leave you guys watching this for just a second. I will be right back. Do apologise for that, somebody was knocking the door. Right, so, while I was gone, Hat Maris has put in a little bit of distance between himself and Racer Day. So now let's see whether or not he can chop away at that time from Wiz. The front four seem to be forming a rather lovely looking train. Literally everybody and everybody else's slip, but not really closing the gap down enough. They've only got, what's that, a lap and 3/4 to go. Bit now getting just far enough away from Raiden to break the toe. And has Raiden been able to shake Wiz? No, he hasn't. Wiz is still there hanging on. And Malone now really being chased down by Vit. But we know that that's one of Raiden's favourite corners. I'm presuming it is because he seems to do it so well every lap. Of course, what Raiden and Wiz need now is for these two to start fighting each other. And that will effectively bring them back into the race. Although Raiden is on the podium, but I'm sure that Wizard preferred to be on the podium. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer. It's Vic G now, well within striking distance. So you know, if you can take him around the outside, it will turn to the inside for the next corner. So Malone needs to be very crafty here. As they come out the corner pretty much side by side. Vic G doing the decent thing there and pulling out. There's no point in racing, but that's going to give Raiden the toe. Which in turn, of course, is going to give Wiz the toes. Toes? Right, so Vit having another look. Don't think he's going to be able to make the move there. Is he going for the over-under? Don't think he's going to have the power out the corner. But we do have the left section coming up. And put Malone under a bit of stress there. He might potentially make a little bit of an error that everybody can basically jump on. Raiden going a little bit wide in that corner there, getting his rear tyres in the dirt. Right, so Vic G going for a move again, this time once again round the outside. It should in theory be the faster line going wide, as Malone nearly slams the door in his face, let alone closes it. So the top four now pretty much back in with each other. Raiden having to go a little bit wide there to avoid contact. But all of this scrapping that these three are doing has brought Wiz back into the fold. Wiz right there, pushing on Raiden. Not literally. But as they come round the corner for the final time, it looks like everybody's made it cleanly, so there's your four runners. And the finish will be Vic G, Malone, Raiden, ERT Wizard. Don't know why I said ERT. Wizard, Hat Maris. Hands are down in 6th. Nice close finish there with Walters. So Hands are in 6th, Walters in 7th, Tay in 8th, Mikey down in 9th. There we go. Olds in 10th. Nearly running out of fuel as well. M3 guy in 11th place, just coming around the last corner now. And last but not least, VT25. bear with me a second. Right, again, sorry about that. Somebody keeps knocking on my door. I think they're having a good game of Rat-a-Tat Ginger. Right, so we will quickly save the replay, as I always do, and have a quick look at the race results just to confirm. So, Vit finished in first place, followed by Malone, Raiden, Wizard, Hat Maris, Hansa, Walters, Racer Tay, Mikey, Olds, M3 Guy, VT25, and Emperor coming in 13th place. BJ Robbo should have finished in 14th, but was unfortunately, well, he quit. So, congratulations to Vit, Malone, and Raiden.
There's nothing on nobody there. Did you order something?
Right, now I wonder what the chances are. I'm just going to very quickly have a look, see if I've been invited to the chat. And I haven't. Right, so, okay. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Press the little bell icon if you want to be... oh, what's going on there? If you want to be notified of any future videos. I will be back again tomorrow for the BTCC. But until then, guys, take care all, and bye-bye now.